Have you ever noticed that some people achieve incredible things while others remain stuck in the same place year after year? Is it because they are smarter, more talented, or is it because they make one simple choice that others avoid? This is the story of two young eagles who lived high on a mountain cliff. Their names were Arjun and Veer. They were born in the same nest, raised by the same parents, given the same food, the same protection, and the same opportunities. Yet their lives would become very different. As they grew older, their parents began teaching them the most important skill an eagle can learn: flying. Every day, Arjun would stand at the edge of the cliff and look at the endless sky. He dreamed of soaring above the mountains, feeling the wind beneath his wings, and exploring places beyond the horizon. The thought filled him with excitement. Veer dreamed of flying too, but every time he looked down from the cliff, fear filled his heart. What if I fall? What if my wings are not strong enough? What if the wind throws me into the rocks? What if I fail? The more he thought about it, the more afraid he became. So he stayed close to the nest. One day, he told himself, when I feel completely ready, I'll fly. Days passed, then weeks. One morning, Arjun made a decision. He turned to the sky and said, I may not be ready. I may be afraid, but I was not born to stay in this nest forever. And before fear could stop him, he leaped. For a moment, he dropped like a stone. His heart pounded. The ground rushed toward him. But then, instinct took over. His wings spread wide. The wind lifted him. And for the first time in his life, he flew. The flight wasn't perfect.
Strong winds pushed him off balance. Rainstorms forced him to land. Sometimes he crashed into branches and scraped his wings. Many times he felt like giving up. But every challenge taught him something new. Every mistake made him stronger. Meanwhile, Veer remained in the nest, safe, comfortable, protected from every risk. Whenever he saw Arjun struggling through storms, he would think, see? Flying is dangerous. Staying here is much safer. And so he waited. Month after month. Season after season. Arjun continued exploring the world. He learned how to ride powerful air currents. He crossed valleys. He flew above rivers and forests. His wings grew stronger with every journey.
One afternoon, an old eagle landed near the nest. His feathers were worn by years of adventure. His eyes carried wisdom gathered from countless skies. He noticed Veer sitting exactly where he had been for months. The old eagle asked, "Young one, why haven't you flown?" Veer lowered his head. "I'm waiting for the perfect moment." The old eagle smiled gently. Then he said something that changed Veer's life. The perfect moment never comes. Veer looked up. The old eagle continued. Every eagle you admire once stood where you are now. Their wings shook with fear too. The difference is that they jumped anyway. Those words echoed in Veer's mind long after the old eagle had left. That night, he couldn't sleep. For the first time, he realized something painful. He had spent so much time avoiding failure that he had also avoided growth. He had protected himself from discomfort, but he had also protected himself from discovering what he was capable of. The next morning, before fear could speak again, Veer walked to the edge of the cliff. His legs trembled. His heart raced. Every instinct told him to step back. Instead, he jumped. The first few moments were terrifying. The wind roared around him. The ground seemed far too close. But then his wings caught the air. And suddenly, he was flying. Not perfectly, not gracefully, but flying. A feeling of freedom rushed through him unlike anything he had ever experienced. In that moment, he understood a truth that would stay with him forever. Growth is never comfortable. Learning is never easy.
But staying trapped by fear is far more painful than trying. Years later, travelers crossing the mountains would often see two magnificent eagles soaring high above the clouds. One had started early, the other had started late, but both eventually discovered the same lesson. The sky belongs to those who dare to leave the nest. So, what can we learn from this story? Many people spend years waiting for confidence, waiting for certainty, waiting for the perfect opportunity. But success rarely comes to those who wait forever. It comes to those who take the first step, even when they're afraid. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting despite fear. Every dream requires a leap. Every achievement begins with uncertainty. And just like Veer and Arjun, each of us has a choice. We can stay where it's comfortable, or we can spread our wings and discover how high we can truly fly. Moral of the story: the life you want begins when you stop waiting for perfect conditions and start taking action.